Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now, we are joined by Lanora Wyatt. She is the CEO of Fitness by Nori. Lanora, thank you so much for joining us here on Park City Television.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure speaking with you. Here at Park City, we have a very active community, so you would fit right in. I'd love to hear a little bit about your journey with fitness and what makes you passionate about this.
Well, I started fitness from my own personal fitness journey. I had gone through a lot in my life, ultimately, but for me, pain is kind of interwoven in the fabrics of my life. And so, needless to say, I had gone through a traumatic time in 2016. I had gone through a divorce and I gained a lot of weight. I'm only 5'1", and I'm quick to tell people that because you can make the connection with the numbers, but I'm 5'1", and I had gotten up to almost 200 pounds. At my highest, I was 198. And I was like, no, I will not be 200 pounds. And so we were out to eat because we tend to eat away our feelings. And we were out to eat, me and a girlfriend, and she introduced me to a friend of hers that had a fitness class. I went to that class. I lost 41 pounds in the first 4 months. I felt great. I started to personal train with him, and that's what started my fitness journey. Fitness by Nori was born at that point.
I love that you're so open and vulnerable in sharing your story. I'm curious, when you go back to that time where you were having a traumatic moment and you weren't happy with your activity rate and how you looked, how were you able to actually put in that hard work? You make it sound kind of easy, actually. You went to a fitness class and you were able to lose the weight, but there's so much psychological going on in your mind during that time. How did you overcome that?
Actually, you are absolutely correct. Mindset is key, and it's hard. I mean, I'm sorry that I made it seem like it was so easy because it's not. First of all, just making a decision to decide that you want to do something about it. Um, I laugh with my sisters and stuff all the time, and I say, "Well, you guys didn't even tell me that I was getting big. I was still operating like I was this little petite woman." And they were like, "I just couldn't. We couldn't break your heart." Um, I was trying to keep my confidence up at the time, and a lot of times that's what we do. We have so much going on mentally, and we just try to forge through and push through life, and we just ultimately it's making a decision. I've been blessed to have people around me that would that are open enough to tell me, hey, this doesn't look right, you don't seem good, talk to us. And so it's good to have a good crew around you, basically a good team. And so I have that. I've been blessed with that. And so now that's what happens. Hey, you're not looking good. You're not seeming well. So what is it that we can do? And so at that particular time, as you went back to just one of my girlfriends, we were sitting there eating, and she talked to me about that. She made mention at that time. She was like, "The class is really hard." And I was like, "That class is not hard. I'll do this and do that." Needless to say, I thought I was gonna die when I left the class, but it made me go back because I have a mental resilience like none other. And I'm just a fighter. Like I want to fight through, I want to win. And so I was like, I'm going to go back to the class because I want to see if I can do it. And that's what ultimately led me to keep going back.
And it sounds like for you, it wasn't necessarily about being a certain size. It was about that mental fortitude and that empowerment and proving to yourself that you can do something really difficult during a tough time that was likely the most beneficial.
Correct. I mean, I was in two branches of the military. And so a lot of times just digging deep and saying, hey, you can do this. Someone did this before you, or whatever the case may be. That may be something simple for me, but some others may have to dig a little bit deeper. But it definitely starts with mindset. And those are the three M's for me when I talk about mindset, motivation, and movement. Just get moving, right? And the number one always starts with the mental. Anything you eat, the things that you decide you want to do, making a decision, just it always starts with the mental, the mindset.
So you're placing this experience, what you have learned, into your company that you created, Fitness by Nori. Tell me more about that.
So Fitness by Nori came about because, like I said, of my own fitness journey, and my desire is for everyone to become fit and free with Fitness by Nori. And the free part is talking about the freedom of the mind, just being free to do the things that you desire to do and excel at whatever it is you put your mind to. Normally, we're the ones that put limits on ourselves, and so I created Fitness by Nori so that you could understand that fitness plays a role in every area of your life. I want you to be fit mentally. I want you to be fit spiritually. I want you to have strong fitness in every area of your life. And so that's why I named it Fitness by Nori, because fitness plays a very large portion of our life, not just from a vanity standpoint with the muscles and stuff like that, in which that is great because that's the first thing that people see, right? But from a mental standpoint, in every other area of your life, I know I keep saying mental, but that's where it starts.
I love that your tagline is becoming fit and free. I'm curious, are you able to train people in person? Do you do this virtually? How do you see your clients?
I do both. I do virtual and personal training in person. And also, I've started the fitness class as well, the total body experience. And so, because of COVID, it kind of allowed us to, kind of go virtual. And it made it a little bit more convenient for everyone, and everyone felt safe. But now that everything is kind of opening up a little bit more, um, in person is starting to become more prominent again. In which during COVID, I didn't stop training in person as well, because I was able to sanitize and keep things clean, because I formed a gym or business and stuff out of my house because I wanted to keep my clients safe.
It's been such a tough year. I'm curious, how have your clients been able to persevere, being able to meet their goals, and what do you tell them if they're really struggling with the stress and the anxiety from the world and the events going on?
That's funny. I actually formed Fitness by Nori during the pandemic. We launched November 21st of 2020. And so that's funny. I haven't had any fallout or downfall due to the pandemic. And my clients, the thing that I preach all the time is from a mental perspective. It's all about what you want to do. We can live in fear and allow the pandemic to take over us, or we can go ahead and continue to live the life that we desire to live. If we're going to get sick, then we're going to get sick. If we're not going to get sick, we're not going to get sick. I just kind of feel like we shouldn't put so much emphasis on it. I definitely believe in spirit, right? The law of attraction. And if you give too much of your attention to something, then it's bound to find you. And I tell my clients, we're not doing that. We're going to make sure we're safe. I temp check them and everything. I ask them about their surroundings and what have they been involved with and things like that, because I have to keep everyone safe. But for the most part, all of them have been, trying to stay safe as well. So I haven't had any issues.
Lanora, you're such an inspiring individual. How can we find out more about Fitness by Nori and more about you?
Thank you so much, Christine. Actually, you can find me on all social sites at Fitness by Nori, all social sites: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, just everything Fitness by Nori. If you would like to check out any of the classes or anything like that, you can go on www.fitnessbynori.com, and that's the website. Everything is there. I do classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're here in the Dallas area, I do classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. and on Saturdays at 10 a.m. at the TBF studios at 3711 West Camp Wisdom Road in Dallas. And all of that information is on the website.
Well, thank you so much, Lanora Wyatt, for joining us today from Fitness by Nori. Inspiring conversation with an individual who's overcome quite a bit. I appreciate her joining us today and talking with us more about her fitness and inspiring us with her wisdom. We'll be back with more right after this.